What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Friday, August 28th to all of you. Thank you for watching Betting with the Bag right here on odds.com, the odds headquarters here on YouTube. It looked like we may not have MLB today. It's Jackie Robinson Day, very, very important day for the major leagues. And odds weren't coming out, and we weren't sure if we were going to have MLB, but I went ahead and capped every game just in case. So we are in business. Special guest Conor Mac joining us, and I'm pumped, man. As soon as I saw the odds dropping, I was like, yes! Not that we couldn't have pulled off, a fun show talking NFL futures, maybe live betting the BMW Championship, talking NBA and NHL futures, MLB futures, but no, 17 games! 17 games, baby. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat. We got Lamont Williams, fresh off of his birthday. So much love for you, Lamont. I hope you had an incredible birthday, man. You are a big member of the Low Bag fam with your max bets, Lamont. OG Low Bagger. We got Tony Hill in the house. Jimmy CC giving love to our man, Lamont. There's Mississippi Kid in the house. We got MK ready to get to work. Michael Ervelina says, so hard to cap these doubleheaders. A lot of late pitcher flipping. Yes, but there's only 2 doubleheaders today, so we can focus on the other spots, the other 13 games. There's Geghard A. Yes, it was a 1. Oh, you're talking about the Padres game. Sorry, you were also talking about the Cardinals game here, and that was disappointing. Who would have thought going into extra innings, Pirates bullpen against Cardinals bullpen, you'd think we'd have a big advantage, and then we have runners on first and third, 1 out, and we're down. So Pirates get 3 in the top of the 8th. Cardinals get 2. They have runners on first and third, and it ended very quickly. But we cashed with the Reds. It was a 1-1 day, disappointing. There's Ostino in the house. Lamont Williams says, hope they play today. Need to get some winners. I think we will have those winners. There's Chris and Nicholas Rodriguez, Mr. Wisdom, high win. Viper NB in the house. Aaron, maybe. Our guy Sabino ready to get to work. Chris Smith. Look, there's Breets Beats. Our man Breets Beats in the house. Another OG low bagger. Great to see you. Breets Beats. Chris Smith. Rye Cape. Tyrone Coleman. Buznut71. Speak Your Mind. Nick Dillard. Leroy Flood. Dutch Boy Fresh. We're going to start doing Fresh Fridays here on Betting with the Bag, and we're going to have Dutch Boy Fresh come on and break down NBA. We were hoping this would be the first one, but we're going to have NBA back very, very soon, thankfully. Thankfully. It was touch and go. It was touch and go there for a second. The Reaver. Look, we got the Reaver back in action. Guillermo Zertucci, DJ Green, Carlos Jetton. What a great group. Matt Januski. All right. Sabino says, I heard Mets-Yankees won't play. Okay, maybe I got a little too excited when I saw odds. Von Polo, very, very good question. I didn't think we're going to play. But then the odds came out, and I was like, okay, maybe they are going to play. Jordy Nordman saying you downloaded the new Bebsy album. Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Jordy Nordman. Yes, what a great comic he is. Rob Bebenek, also our NFL expert, just dropped his first stand-up comedy album. You're damn right I did, Jordy. You're damn right. It is a great album. He's a great comic, man. Ken Mann in the house. Slats 45. The best way to attack him is to bet against him. And Sabino saying the Yankees are the only team not yet protest. Interesting. That's a very, very good point, Sabino. Trevino Sloan in the house. Mr. Mantastic. Yeah, Matt Januski, I laid off the Padres doubleheader. That was wild. Absolutely wild. All right, so we're going to go as if MLB's playing today. And, I really do think that on Jackie Robinson Day, if they were to take the whole day off and not spend the day talking about the social injustices that are going on, that doesn't make sense to me. You have a chance where we can talk for 12 hours with all these eyes on you about everything that's going on and the racial divide in America why not use the platform? If there's no games, I think less people will talk about what's going on right now. That's my take on it. If you want to talk about it all day, use your platform and don't go dark. Now, I'm not – who cares what I have to say about this? But this is a platform, right now with all these games and all these eyes watching it to talk about what's going on. Alex Van Hooser, MMA Locker Room, Mitch Bruner. And Noli knows. There he is. Noli knows says MLB is playing today. Good, because I capped it all. So let's get to work. Ron Crawford said some teams have not boycotted yet. Royals, Yankees, White Sox. All right. Let's get to work right now and bring in our Von Polo makes a great point. How can you talk about what's going on if you're just shutting up and playing baseball as usual, like everything is normal? You make a great point. But what you have when the games are on are millions of eyes watching. But you make a great point, Von Polo. I mean, obviously, if it's just a normal baseball day, that would be a mistake. If it's a day honoring the great Jackie Robinson, if it's a day talking about the social injustice throughout the entire game and having people come on and being interviewed, that's different. But there's not a wrong answer, and I absolutely hear what you're saying, Von Polo. Absolutely hear what you're saying. Tino Jackson in the house. Well, let's get to work and cap him if you got him. Let's bring in our man, Conor Mac in the house. C-Mac, what is happening, my man? How are you?
Good, brother. How's everyone doing? Good Friday, huh? Got a lot of MLB games. I'm hyped.
Yeah. Yeah. We have looks like a big card ahead of us. C-Mac, congratulations on your first article, BMW Championship on odds.com that came out Wednesday night. Congratulations. How's your action looking?
I appreciate it. Pretty good. That was first time I thought they said since to the 2008 U.S. Open where only 3 guys were under par. So it's playing real tough. I got Matsuyama and Mackenzie Hughes top 10s, and they're in 1-2. So I don't overall, but I got Cantlay's 1 over. Justin Thomas is 3 over. Some of the ones I picked outright. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a long, brutal. The next 3 days will be tough. If it was anything like yesterday, but if the wind dies down, I think it'll be a little bit better. But that rough and the greens, it's tough, very tough.
Do you live bet these tournaments as well?
I have before, yes. Usually on a weekend, on a Sunday. Sometimes a guy down by a couple shots on the back 9, maybe. That's the only time. And I look at them sometimes on a Friday. If you see a guy, let's say a couple shots back right now that you like, that's even. Billy Horschel shot even yesterday. Tony Finau, great player. He still can't really win. The guy's a top 10 machine. But guys like that, you could look at like after the next day that you can get so much better odds. Because now Matsuyama, which I didn't take to win, but I took top 10, he's 8-1. So he's no point, or really there's no value on me taking him at 8-1 to win it. But yeah, taking a look the next day on a Friday or even Saturday, and then going into the weekend, live doing it, taking a look, just see what the odds are at places, and just like any other sport, taking a look, see how guys are playing, how they're looking. So yeah, definitely do it for sure.
Sweet. Well, we will be following your Twitter feed to see if you do make any more moves. But glad to hear you got 1-2 at least in your top 10 action. We got MMA Locker Room won some money with Sonny Gray and the Reds yesterday. So did I, but it was trumped by the Cards game 1 loss. Helgard, Werner, Hustle, Wilson, Chili Dog, Dooley, Chris Smith, Michael Irvalina. Did the lines come out yet? So We are going to start hammering MLB. If you guys get any more information while we're breaking down each and every game here, please let us know. We're going to start with game 1 of the doubleheader, Twins, Tigers, and there's rain in the forecast as well in a bunch of these games. There's rain in the forecast here at Comerica, 78 Fahrenheit rain, 6 miles per hour in. Dylan Turner says, is MLB even going to be played? We think so. And
I think so.
Yeah, so you guys can help us and give us information. I mean, this is unprecedented times. So let us know. As Brad Hansen has no odds on my books. I have odds. They just came out. I have an entire card of odds. Bet365's come out with every single game. Okay, Aaron Maybe says Tigers plus 154 for me. This was a spot we talked about yesterday. And we had great cappers, Jin Rummy, one of them making a move on the Tigers, Matt Boyd. Brady says, let's just scrap MLB and get right to NFL. Soon, very soon. Dylan Turner says it's been pouring rain all day today here in Windsor across from Detroit. Pissing rain right now. Wow. Well then, this game could be pushed. Let's just go back to this. Let's not waste our time here on a game that won't go. But let's just see if the weather is supposed to change here very quickly. Let's just look here. And it is, yeah, it's supposed to turn into light rain and then no rain. Well, let's not spend too much time on it. Mr. Wisdom says, can't wait for NFL as well. Coming soon. Coming very, very, very soon. Randy Dobnak, this guy, we talked about him yesterday. What a story. 3 years out, removed from the Utica Unicorns of the United Shore Professional Baseball League, and he's now not allowed more than 2 runs in any of his starts. He didn't give up an earned run in 7 innings and 2 appearances against Detroit last season. He's just pitching very, very well. I mean, but is he going to get overvalued? Is he overvalued right now? He's a pitch-to-contact pitcher, just 16 Ks and 30 and a third with 7 walks, but 1.78 ERA, 1.02 whip. Going up against Boyd, who's looked terrible all year, but coming off his best start of the season, 8.48 ERA, 1.74 whip. Twins versus lefties, no power, 251, 686 OPS. Tigers versus righties, no power and no average, 225, 683 OPS. Twins bullpen very good. Tigers bullpen better than it looks. And Boyd lost 3 straight starts. Last outing against Cleveland, as I said, his best. 2 runs, 5 hits, struck out 6 over 5 and a third. 7 and 6, 4.86 ERA in his career against these Twinkies. And these Twinkies, no Donaldson, no Buxton, no Garver, no Odorizzi, possibly no Max Kepler. Is there a move to make on a 7-inning doubleheader here, C-Mac?
I don't see it at all. I don't have the over-under on this. Do you?
It is 7 at some books. Mm-hmm. A couple books have moved it to 7.5.
That'd be the only look. And in both games, because I think game 2, which will one sec, is Scoble, which will be his 3rd start, like a 10 ERA. But even in game 1 here with Dobnak and Boyd, I'm not a Boyd fan. He's the bottom. If there's anything, which I don't, doubleheaders, it got me the other day. That Yankee game, 1-0. They could have just kept Tanaka one more. He was just rolling, and I got beat. Freddie Freeman off green hits a jack. It was kind of hurt, but the value was really good there. And I know some guys want to look to do it, and I think Dominic's getting a little overvalued. I mean, but I think the line's about right where it should be. But I'd look to an over. Still, even in a 7-inning game, but I can't get to these 7-inning games. That's just, I'm so old. I wrote on Twitter, I don't know if you saw, it's the 7th inning. The Mariners just need to close it down. The guy's like, I have such an old baseball mind. I'm like, oh my God, I totally forgot. I was just like, oh man, that's how bad. I'm like, just having them nowadays is just crazy to think of. So, but that'd be my lean, and definitely in both this first one and the second one, just maybe the over. There's a little value, I guess, with the Tigers with Boyd. He had a decent last start, but I'm not a fan of his, and I think the Twins could just rip him. So the over would be my lean here on this.
Noli knows says it's Dobnak day, and he's taking the under. It's a situation where Dobnak is just not given the respect day in and start in and start out. And I guess that's what he's seeing. With the rain here, it makes me a little uncomfortable. We do have a confirmed lineup for the Tigers. Reyes, Scope, Cabrera, Candelario, Goodrum, Jacoby Jones, Stewart, Griner, and Castro at third. And the projected lineup is not nearly as scary, but the expected lineup for the Twinkies does have Max Kepler in it. Polanco, Cruz, Kepler, Sano, Rosario, Gonzalez, Cave, Arraez, and Jeffries. You have to think that Kepler, if he's in, will only pick one game. Jinrami says what matters is the price. And he's exactly right. In that case, you would take the Tigers. But with the rain involved, I'm going to stay off of this spot. The second game of the doubleheader, we know there's Tariq Skubal pitching for the Tigers, and it's a bullpen day for the Twins. We have no odds. We have no total. Let's not spend too much or almost any time on this, but there's an hour and a half or 2 hours of no rain, and then it's supposed to start raining again at night. It's possible. It's very possible that this doubleheader doesn't even go. But let's talk about Skubal making his third major league start, first in his home ballpark. 10.38 ERA, 2.77 WHIP, and that's just a tiny sample size, 4 in the third. 4 earned runs in 2 innings for Chicago White Sox on August 18th. 1 run on 3 hits with 5 Ks and 2 in the third at Cleveland on Sunday. So he looked better. He threw 69 pitches. Do you have any feel for this kid, Tariq Skubal?
None at all, but it's early. His second start, which was better, he just went 2 in the third. He only threw 69, but he looked a lot better than that debut. And, he was locating his fastball. That first game, I saw a little bit of it. He had no location. It was just all over the place. And then when he would put it over the plate, he just got ripped. So, but yeah, it's a bullpen day. I couldn't see him going more than 3, even if he pitched well. I think maybe. So, yeah, this would be a lean to the over too. And I don't have a starting pitcher for the Twins. Do you? That's just up in the air.
It's a bullpen day. A bullpen day.
Yeah, it's a bullpen. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
In 2019, Tariq, who's from the Pacific Northwest, from the Seattle area, he's just 23 years old. In 2019, in single high A and double A, he looked great. Lakeland and Erie, 2.42 ERA, 1.01 WHIP. Wow. Look at this, 122 innings, 179 strikeouts, and 37 walks.
Yeah.
So there's Nate Schellhammer in the house. Maxwell Smart, ready to get to work. JoJo Rich, Tony Mang, Ty Clinton, Big Creeker. So he's got a high upside.
Yes,
very, very, very high upside.
This could just be that he's just maybe a little bit rushed to the majors right now. And that once he gets set, and like I said, his last start, he went 2 in the third, threw 69 pitches, and he looked a lot better. He was locating his fastball. So it's this guy, yeah, he's just got to get comfortable. You know what I mean? Especially you come from high A ball, double A, and now just thrown right in to pitch at that young age. But he looks like a guy, if he could be a solid starter in the majors, maybe a 3 or 4.
Yeah.
He's got pretty good stuff. Yeah, I'm taking a look at the stats for the minors. Yeah, Jimmy. So yeah, he's got good stuff. So
Carlos Jetton, there is no NBA or NHL today. It is a baseball day celebrating Jackie Robinson. Let's go to the Mets Yankees again. First off, we don't know who's pitching in game 2, so we don't need to worry too much about that.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is another spot where there is rain in the forecast for the second game. Mets Yankees game 1. We know it's Montgomery, Waka, and we have lines. The total opened up at 7.5. It has moved to 8 at a few books. Montgomery and the Yankees open up at -150. That's where they stand right now. Sabino says, skip the doubleheader. I can more than guarantee this won't go on. Well, let's just talk about it briefly. We don't need to talk about the second game. We know that Waka is extremely vulnerable. He's looked very bad this year. 1-2, 6.43 ERA, 1.64 WHIP, but 18 Ks in 14 innings. He may get you expect him to regress back to the mean and improve as the season goes on. Montgomery, 2-1, 4.66 ERA, 1.09 WHIP. He's not somebody I trust. Mets hit lefties pretty hard, 243, 769 OPS. Yankees versus righties, 255, 812. But Aaron Judge re-injured his calf, so he's out. LeMahieu out. Stanton out. Britton out. Gleyber Torres out. Paxton out. They're really dealing with adversity right now. Ron Crawford says lines out. Yankees are minus 150. Yes, they are. And I don't trust either pitcher. And maybe that means a look to the over, but we have a Yankees lineup that is decimated, and it's a 7-inning spot. Do you have any feel for game one of this doubleheader Mets-Yankees?
I was the same. If anything, I'd look to the over with Walker and Montgomery. He's just average, He had a range shortened. He went 3 2/3 his last outing. He's just very bland to me, Montgomery. He pitched well, looking back during the exhibition against the Mets, but that's exhibition. He threw a couple, 5-inning scoreless against them. You can't really go too much off that. Mets need to hit the ball. Got shut out twice. I know they're 7-inning games, but if they could just get the bats going, I think. But I'd look over here with these two pitchers on the mound. That'd be the only kind of value I see here with this.
We got Lamont Williams, max bets here. Tampa Bay first 5, Tampa Bay run line, Tampa Bay full game over. So there's DJ Big Boss, whom we miss dearly. Look at this lineup. I can't take an over with this lineup. Look at the Yankees lineup. Hicks, Judge. Oh, Judge we know is out. He's out. Hicks. And then Voit, Urshela, Sanchez, Gardner, Tauchman, Estrada, Wade. Even this projected Mets lineup is not strong. There's Irie Soul. MMA Locker Room says, don't overthink it. Take my Yankees. No.
I think the price is too high, though.
Yeah, at this price, I would be very comfortable. But if I open these two doubleheaders with the Tigers and the Mets, both at plus lines, big plus lines. You get one of them, you're in the profit land.
Exactly.
All right, let's move on to Orioles, Blue Jays. Here is a light rain, 72 Fahrenheit light rain. No moves for either C-Mac or myself at this point. And I thought it was going to be Means. It's now Cobb, it says. And let's see if that says here at Bet365 as well. And no line up. So we have no line right now there's Brian Warner ready to roll. Maxwell Smart says Blue Jays. And, I can understand that. I'm curious what the line's going to be. Ryu has looked very, very, very strong of late. And the Jays hit lefties harder than righties. So if Cobb comes in for Means, that's a plus for the Orioles to me. And the Orioles are upset. The Jays swept them last week. Taijuan Walker picked up by the Jays. He's going to be pitching very soon. And the Jays promised to do more before this deadline. Ryu, 1 run, 4 hits over 6 innings. Last out. Orioles are 8-3 on the road. Jose Iglesias coming back in the lineup. And if it is Cobb, he took the loss, Toronto on August 17th. 5 runs, 8 hits, and 2/3. 12 career starts against Toronto. Cobb 3-6, 4.87 ERA. Orioles, Jays, we have no line. Is there an angle that you would see that you'd be making a move on?
I'd go with the Jays. Ryu, I've seen him pitch a lot, with the Dodgers. And he's got great stuff. He's got great command. He's got a great changeup. He spots his fastball well. That'd be the one that I'd lean Jays. But the Orioles are hit lefties. We've seen that throughout the year. So it's kind of hard to judge. I'd like to see what the line would be with Ryu. I can kind of guess. I'd say 60.
That's what I was
higher, maybe higher. I mean, something like that, just from what I think. But that'd be my lean. Then you'd have to go Jays -1 if you'd like, or run line, and always look to the over playing at that ballpark. how Bobana was talking about yesterday. It could be it's the Orioles here now, but it could be Rio could get hit a little bit, or the Jays could win 9-2 or something, So, and I think the over/under will be right about 10. Is that what you think that would be, the over/under? Maybe higher?
I don't think it'd be higher.
10 because of Rio. I don't think it would go higher. Like normally the last few days with the Bo Sox and stuff, it was 11.5 and 12. I think it would be at about 10. 9 out of 10. So
yeah. I think it would be 10. I think the Jays would open up at -165, quickly be bet to -180.
Agreed. That's okay. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
So let's wait and see what happens. Maybe there's a line maybe the line will come out during the show. If a line does come out, please let us know. Let's move on to Braves Phillies. We have a line here. Erlen Wheeler. Phillies opened up at -140. They're now -150. This total opened up at 9 and is now at 9.5. 82 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 8 miles per hour, out to right center. Erlen was cut by the Pirates and then picked up by the Braves because they've been decimated with injuries. And he's looked okay. He's looked actually quite good since he came over to the Braves. But I don't trust him at all. And this Phillies team hits lefties hard, 256, 835 OPS. Braves hit righties hard, 276, 827. Braves are playing well. They've won 4 of 5 games, and they're playing good baseball right now. But they're going up against Wheeler, and I think Erlen gets touched. I think this might be a very simple play on a first 5 -0.5 with Wheeler. I'm going to check that out right now. What are you thinking here, Braves Phillies? C-Mac?
5, okay. Yeah, Jake can look at that real quick. I had -140 Phillies. What did you have?
Well, I would take it to -0.5, and that juice. Damn, juice. -120.
Yeah.
I had -145, so they're only giving you 25 cents.
Yeah. Wow. Erlen, he's just last time when he was out against the Phillies, they hit 3 bombs off him, and it didn't look well. He has pitched well his last few games, a couple 4-inning starts. Harper's the only one that's really hit him hard. I checked through the lineup. The Braves, the Phillies haven't really touched him up much, but he's not a guy that I like. And Zach Wheeler, he's kind of the forgotten guy with the Mets. Was injured and he was good, 11-8 or around there. 10-8 the last few years. Been great so far. He's been one of the lone bright spots for the Phillies, especially because once you get through him, that bullpen is just you got to deal with that. It's like hello. So first 5 would be the spot, but you're taking a lot of juice with it.
Joseph Gomez says Phillies don't hit, period. I think their offense is extremely strong. And
I do too. I think Robbie Erlen, they could hit. I could see him throwing 4 innings and getting away with a couple runs, but I could see him get smashed. You know what I mean?
Well, Zach Wheeler's had a nice start to the season. His strikeouts are down, but
they are down. He's only got 20. I noticed that. 6 walks. ZRA is pretty good. 2.76. He's usually a career, I think, 3.7. So he's about a whole point down. So I don't know if he's as great as he's been throwing. And like you said, his strikeouts are down. So I'd maybe look at the over here a little bit too. Braves got Acuna back, and the lineup's shaping up a lot better. They look good. They swept the Yankees, but which are, like you said, everyone's out in that Yankee lineup. Kind of was difficult. But I look at Philly's first 5 if you like it. And maybe after that full game over, because the pins here, and Erlen might only go 3 or 4. I don't see him going really deep. Do you?
Oh no, not a chance. Not a chance. No, I don't think he's going deep at all because the Braves bullpen 3.32 ERA, 1.27 WHIP is very, very good, and just getting better now that Will Smith is back. Noli Noah says that Wheeler pitching to contact more this year, using more breaking balls. Brian Warner says Braves are hot. Give me that plus money. Well, much to our Prince of the City's chagrin, I'm going to take the Phillies first 5 -1/2. First 5 -1/2 on the Phillies. That will be my first move on today's card. All right, let's keep rolling. Move on to Cubs, Reds. See if we got a market for Cubbies, Reds, and we do. Cubbies opened up at -135. They're now -140. This total opened up at 9.5, and a couple books have already brought it down to 9. Prince of the City is laughing. He is expecting money to be taken out of my wallet, taken out of my family's mouth. He says, bet the Sixers too. Cubs, Reds, 83 Fahrenheit, light rain, 9 miles per hour, sideways in. Hendricks, 3-3, 3.55 ERA, 1 whip, 38 innings, 28 Ks, 4 walks, 4 homers, 6 runs, 7 hits, and 2 walks over 4 1/3 in a 12-7 loss to these Reds on July 29th. And he's lost 2 straight decisions. He allowed 2 homers, 5 hits, and a 7-4 loss against the Chicago White Sox on Saturday. But who's not getting touched by the White Sox? Molly is 0-1, 4.41 ERA, 1.35 whip, 21 Ks and 16 1/3, but 8 walks, 16 1/3. Cubs are not hitting well, and they're coming back to earth. They've lost 2 straight. They're 5-9 over their last 13. Still hitting righties hard, 238, 773 OPS. Reds versus righties, 212, 716 OPS. Both bullpens are bad, but I think the Reds bullpen has been pretty good over the last couple weeks and will continue to be. Rye Cape says, can't trust Hendricks away from Wrigley. We talked about that with Noli Knows, and Noli said that was just his last year. And if you look at his career, that's not been a problem with Kyle Hendricks. But I can understand you feeling that way, Rye Cape, because of how bad he was last year. Votto was kept out of the doubleheader. They had scored 6 runs in their previous 4 games, and then Cincinnati wins 6-1, 6-0 yesterday. So I expect them to maybe start rolling. Molly gave up 2 runs, 6 hits over 4 innings in an 8-5 loss to the Cubs this year. I expect them maybe to start rolling, but no way do I back Tyler Molly in any situation. Cubs, Reds, C-Mac, you making a move here?
I might. I can't back the Reds either. Just all year. I got that under their win total. Everyone was so kind of hot on him. I thought, no way. And they're proving it. They can't. They still can't hit. I think they can in spurts. But Sonny Gray pitched great yesterday. I'd like more with the Reds. I'd want a more like if Kyle Hendricks was pitching better lately, the Reds would be plus 160 or something like that today. You know what I mean? Not 120. So saying that, I like Kyle Hendricks, but he, to me, more and more is what he is right now, a 3-3 with a 3.55 ERA kind of pitcher. In this part of his career, still can throw a good, he's a pitcher contact guy, still can pitch great and have a great outing, but can get touched up. And he doesn't. When you don't throw high, as hard as 88, 87 in the biggest these days, you're gonna get touched. So, but he's got good stuff and he can work around it. I'd have a lean to the Cubs here, and if I did take it, I'd take it first 5.
Yeah, I don't want much to do with this. I don't want much to do with this.
I don't know if I'm gonna pull it, but that's what I'm kind of looking at is the Cubs here. I'm gonna jot it down. But I don't want much to do with it either. The Reds, I don't trust them one bit until I can see some improvement out of them, and then they can hit. I just don't love the spot. And if Hendricks was pitching better, like I said, Reds were plus 160 today. That'd be value I might jump on just to grab. In a spot like that.
Yeah, but I just don't want to be watching a game and know that Molly is my pitcher. I'll just have to be going out constantly, going for walks. Let's go Rays, Marlins. Let's go to the Battle of Florida. Roof closed. There's rain in the forecast, so the roof will be closed. Yarbrough versus Sixto Sanchez. And, man, Sanchez looks elite. He's a part of the JT Realmuto trade. We talked about him yesterday, and he's a special young pitcher. His numbers in high A Jupiter, double A Jacksonville were good, really good. 8-6, 2.76 ERA, 1.07 whip. and not as many Ks as you'd think for a guy who's averaging 98.5 on his fastball and hitting triple digits on it. Rays versus righties, they hit him hard, 246, 773 OPS. Marlins versus lefties, they don't hit him at all, 232, 650 OPS. Rays bullpen is decimated with injuries, and that's why we were going to take the over in the Orioles-Rays game yesterday. Sanchez made his MLB debut, beat the Nationals on Saturday, struck out 4, didn't walk a batter in 5 innings. And not only is this guy throwing 98.5 and 100, he's doing what Nate Pearson for the Jays isn't doing. He got swings and misses on 42.9% of his sliders. Man, he's going to be very, very dangerous. Yarbrough has not looked very good this year, and this might be the team that he can get right with. There's Victor Hugo Espinoza. Great to see you. Miami, look at these guys that are something. Jesus Sanchez batting 048. Lewis Brinson, 161. Jorge Alfaro, 211. Lewin Diaz, 222. And Rojas came back from the COVID, hit that 3-run shot in his first at bat. He's 2 for 16 since. Let's take a look at what the market is offering us here for Rays, Marlins, and nothing, because it might be Humberto Mejia. They don't know who's pitching. Would you have a lean on this game?
I don't. Yeah, you don't have it open? No. You don't have a line on the game?
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy?
No, nothing.
Yeah, me either. If I don't have anything, it's tough to go off of. I've liked the Marlins. Of course, they got off hot. They kind of are going back to the Marlins, losing. They played the Mets tough, though, the last few days. Of course, beat them, that doubleheader, and came back and almost beat them with DeGrom pitched. I think the final was 5-4. Yarbrough has not been himself. He's just not – he has not looked well. But I don't love the Marlins offense. Tough one. I'd like to see the line here. And I'm a Rays fan. I really like him this year. I lean that, but I have a feeling Yarbrough will be, I don't know, minus 140, I'm guessing. Just going off because there's not a line out. Maybe not.
Michael Evelina says all the lines just came out on 5 dimes. Could you let us know what the line is for this game, Rays Marlins? Would love to hear that, Michael Evelina. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I have 5 dimes, and I do not see it.
Oh, you don't see it? Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. But this is a spot where Lamont Williams wants to jump all over Yarbrough, and these Marlins don't hit lefties at all, and they're not hitting hard. So, and Noli says Rays Marlins isn't out. So we'll see if it pops out later. Let's move on to Nats Red Sox. 75 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 5 miles per hour, sideways. Both teams bad this year. I have the Nationals season win total under. It's going to be gorgeous. They're 11-17 right now. Red Sox 10-21, 4-10 at home. Scherzer versus Matza. Scherzer's not looked very good. And now I've got Martin Perez here. I don't have Chris Madsen. That makes sense. Why? Yeah, it's Martin Perez. Okay, so they've switched up to a lefty, and we know that this Nats team smashes lefties. Smashes them. Wow, interesting. Let's see. Scherzer opens up at minus 170. He's still there at minus 170. Red Sox have lost 12 of 16. Nats have lost 3 straight. Scherzer did not look good last out. Tricky spot. Scherzer versus Martin Perez. Nats, Red Sox. C-Mac, you got a feel?
I do. I'm leaning the over here. It's at even money. It's 9.5. I would have liked it at 9. Get the extra half, but it's at even money. Scherzer hasn't looked great, and he could throw a gem. But like you said, the Nats rip lefties, and I'm not a Perez fan either, like you are. I think I can see runs here. And Scherzer's, he's been giving up a lot of long balls this year too. And that Red Sox lineup is still that lineup. They can still score runs. They're not going to win a lot of games. They have horrible arms. They have a horrible bullpen. But they could put up 5 runs. I could see runs in this game. And then it's Max Scherzer. You could see him win, 6-0 or something like a game like that. Just totally shut it down. He's just such a gamer. He's got such great stuff. But I'm leaning over, and I'm going to take it at 9.5 at even money.
Yeah, that might be a really good look.
In 5 starts, he's 2-2 with a 3.13 ERA at Fenway. It says his career, but that's when he was with Detroit. I think they're Scherzer.
Yeah, Lamont Williams like Scherzer K's over. Brad Hansen joining us from Australia. Thoughts on Twins game 1? It could get rained out. It's unlikely to start on time. So we talked a little bit about it off the very top of the show today, Brad. Yeah, I just can't trust Max Scherzer right now.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Rami says Scherzer's been good with overs since the past few years. I wonder what the Nats team total is. And then I should also bring up exactly what Martin Perez has done of 5.5 at plus money. I don't really like that either. Oaktown 77 says a lot of rain out there today. Any thoughts on over-unders corresponding with weather? Well, I don't trust unders in weather because you can't trust having the pitcher. And they get out of their rhythm when they prepare for a game, and then they have to sit there for 2 hours. So, but I don't have statistic analysis to back that up. C-Mac, does weather play into your totals?
Not really. I like it, like you said, like on a hot day, balls jump. We were like you were talking about yesterday. The hotter it gets, the day games, it seems, guys are feeling better. You're not feeling stiff, cold, warm day, ball flying out a little more. So I'm a little bit that on days like that. Yeah, I like overs, especially middle of the summer,
Yeah,
that's only my feel with weather.
When there's great pitchers on the mound that I think might get messed up with the weather, then I like to take overs in when I do think that they might only start 2 innings and then there'll be a break and they won't come back out. I don't know. Martin Perez, I faded him in the first game of the year. It was beautiful. It was successful. And then right after that, he started pitching better, and I lost money on 2 consecutive starts. I just want to quickly go over Martin Perez. I know we're taking a little too long through these opening games, but let's just quickly look at Martin Perez. Remember, there is only MLB on today's card, so at least we can just focus on one thing and one thing only. And they still have Mazza here, so let me just pull up Martin Perez, his stats very quickly. Because what happens for me is I have this vividness bias of Martin Perez being touched, no teams wanting him, and then next thing I know, just like Wade Miley had a beautiful, beautiful day yesterday, you can't keep fading these spots. Are you making a move on the over here? That's fact.
Yeah, on the game. Yeah, I'm on the over. Nats Red Sox 9.5. I got it even money. I'm on the over.
Let's just do a quick game log from Martin Perez here very quickly. So last out, he looked very strong against the Orioles. 7 innings, 1 earned run, 6 Ks, 1 walk against the Orioles team that smashes lefties. The start before that, he got touched by the Yankees. Before that, a good start against the Rays. I'm gonna stay off. I'm gonna stay off Nationals, Red Sox. Let's move on to Dodgers, Rangers, Dustin May, Mike Minor. I'm expecting the roof to be closed here. Let's see what we're dealing with. May and the Dodgers open up minus 240. That's where they stand right now. Their total is 9 now, 9.5. This is a spot to me where I think that we fade the Dodgers. And I know that's crazy, but how can they not be exhausted after yesterday's doubleheader shutout of the Giants? Then they have to get on an airplane and fly to Texas. I mean, why don't we? I mean, how could they not be exhausted? Dodgers are 24-9 right now. I came close to taking their season win total under, and thank God I didn't. They're just a machine. It was very impressive. And now they have May on the mound. High pitch counts, not going deep in the games. Rangers have lost 10 of 11. Minor's been bad this year. But this Dodgers team, Doesn't hit lefties. 217, 663 OPS. Now, Rangers don't hit righties. So maybe a first 5 under is a play. Cashman says Minor's been horrible. Noli, what are you doing? What are you doing with this Dodgers-Rangers spot? C-Mac, what are you doing with Dodgers-Rangers?
I'm on first 5 under. I can find it at minus 115. That was my first look, one of my best looks of the day. Like you said, they're kind of tired. I don't trust Mike Minor. What the Rangers got, like you said, this could be a spot plus 200, with the doubleheader flying there. Very tired, but Mike Minor is just wow. I don't want to touch that guy, at all. 10-foot pole.
But you trust him enough to take the under.
Right now, I made Dodgers a little tired. And it's 5. It's not 4.5. Yeah, Dodgers, of course, could score and jump quick, but lefties have always been their kind of Achilles. They are better now with Mookie Betts in the lineup. Corey Seager always hit lefties well. They got Turner, Pollock now. So they hit lefties better now than they did the last few years. But hopefully Minor could, throw a few good here. This one's pretty tough, but that's what I would go with. Maybe a little tiredness. The game starts off a little slow, and it's 5. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to take the under first 5 at minus 115.
I think that makes sense.
Minor's, when he pitched with the Braves before, he's 1-3. He's with a 2.62 ERA in 8 career games against Dodgers, and that's 7 starts. So in his career, but he used to pitch better in the years past, pitched well against him. So there's a look there. A little bit favored to the under.
Sabino and Guiano says they could score 5 on them easy. Viper said they could put 5 in the first inning.
They could. I mean, hey, the Dodgers got me. I didn't take game 1. The thing was too big. I took them run line game 2 yesterday. They won 2-0. So, and they're coming off back-to-back shutting out the Giants in that doubleheader. 7-0 and 2-0, right?
I like this. Viper MB, hopefully you'll be rooting for me as well because I'm taking it. First 5, under 5 at minus 120. And I don't even hate on the Rangers first 5, but I won't take it. The Dodgers are just too professional ball club. And if we look at this lineup, it's hideous for the Texas Rangers. Just an abomination. Actually, Odor's out, I thought. Actually, it's not as bad. Why are they so terrible? I guess Chu is 38, so we can't expect the same out of him. Santana, Frazier, Gallo, Odor, Solak, Dietrich, Trinos, Kiner Falefa. I mean, I could see. Maybe this is just. Sean Moses says Odor is terrible. He's been awful this year. What will we get for Tigers first 5? I certainly don't want to double up on this game, but Tigers first 5 plus a half at even money. That's not worth it. Okay, I'm comfortable here. I like it. First 5, under 5 at minus 120. I'm there. Dodgers, Rangers. I like that bet. Okay. And it doesn't concern me that so many people don't like it. I mean, that's why we're getting the 5. This has got to be an exhausted Dodgers ball club. You can expect Dustin May to shut them down. You can also expect Roberts to empty the bench a little bit.
Yep.
Jim Rami says, I earned my life.
Great. He's been great, and he's kind of been thrust into, he's a part of this rotation, I think. He's going to be, at the start of the year, he was Mike spot stardom. He's going to work out of the pen, but with injuries, he's been put in there. And his pitch count's high, but he throws 99, 100 miles an hour. And his ball moves. He's got great movement with his pitches. And his pitch count's high. He still doesn't got the great command, walks a few guys. But if he could get 4 or 5 of his stuff, I'll take it all day. I'll take the big redhead, big clown.
Noli Knows is absolutely right, though. That's a great point. Today's a big day for the Dodgers, bigger for them than most. It's a good point on Jackie Robinson there. Okay,
True.
I like it. I'm not going to double up. We got Gas Station Sushi in the house. Great to see you, Gas. My man, we are 8 days away from the Kentucky Derby. 8 days away from the Kentucky Derby. And Razor Sharp's birthday. Okay, I'm in. I think it's a great look, C-Mac. Let's move on to Royals, White Sox. 84 Fahrenheit, rain, 9 miles per hour, sideways. Duffy versus Ronaldo Lopez. Everything the White Sox are doing has gone right, except for Reynaldo Lopez, who did start the year on the IL. He's only throwing 4 innings. He's a guy I've lost a lot of money on in the past. Royals versus righties, 235, 700. White Sox versus lefties. Come on. 312, 1.004 OPS. 1,000. Royals bullpen's been good this year. Same with the White Sox bullpen. White Sox have won 9 of 10. They lead the AL with 59 homers. Their pitchers have an ERA of 2.60 since July 29th. You got Abreu batting 475 on a 10-game hitting streak. Jimenez batting 464 on a 7-game hitting streak. But then you come back to Reynaldo, who's vulnerable, man. 4-3, 5.19 ERA, 12 career starts against the Royals. Took a no decision in a road start on Saturday against the Cubs. 1 run, 2 hits, 3 1/3. But he did retire the final 7 batters he faced. And then Danny Duffy has got 2 extra days of rest. I don't know if that's going to help you against this lineup of monsters. Duffy, nice numbers in his career against the White Sox, but this is a new White Sox squad. What do you think here? Oh, let me give you the market. Sorry, very quickly here. Royals, White Sox. White Sox opened up at minus 140. That's where they stand now. This total's at 10. What do you think, C-Mac?
Wow. This one's tough. I like Duffy last Friday. He's got extra rest. That's why he's going today. I didn't play him. I'd like to. The White Sox are the best team hitting lefties there is. I'd lean the over 10. And I'd like to take the White Sox, actually. Because I can see value with Duffy. They just rip him. They just rip lefties. So that value is kind of taken away. So the White Sox at minus 140, or even on the run line at minus 1.5 plus 140 would be a look. They're so hot. But the thing is, Lopez could give it. That's why I'm leaning a little bit on the over 10. I think runs could be runs a lot here. Lopez, I could see him giving up 5 easily or more, you know? He's a guy. His ERA, career ERA, it's like almost 6 or something like that. It's just he's not a guy that I kind of want to back. So it's very tough. I'd lean on the over in this game, and I might play it. I'm going to think about it. What about you?
I think your ideas make a ton of sense here. So Duffy's won 2 straight starts against the Twins. 3 runs, 6 hits, and 10 innings. But we know the Twins are beaten up and don't hit lefties. G-Sauce says, with Lopez struggling, White Sox great offense, I'm taking the over. Gas Station Sushi, let's talk about that for sure. I'll be in touch with you, my friend. I think that the over makes sense because the Royals offense can get to Lopez. And I think the White Sox here make sense. I think both spots make sense. Buzznuts on White Sox team total over 5.5. I mean, look, if Lopez is lights out, I guess let me see what I'd get on the team total. If Lopez is lights out, which we've been waiting for years, then we lose this bet unless we just take that team total over. Jeez, how is that possible? This got to be a mistake. Oh yeah, it says White Sox over 4.5 at plus 115, but if you click on it, it's over 5.5 at plus 115. Okay.
Over 5.5 at plus 115. It's a look there. They just rake lefties. I'm gonna think about that too. Well, plus 115 over 5.5 team total.
I would like both teams here. I would like both teams to help me get there. So I agree with this breakdown today. And the money line on the White Sox minus 145, but you turn it into a -1 with that run line of plus 135. You're getting almost even money. I'm going to double up here. I'm going to take the White Sox on the -1 and the over. Let me just, before I just make sure that I'm doing that, let's just take one last look at, because it starts with rain.
Okay. Yeah, the weather.
It's humid. Wow. I have the wrong. I have Royals. My weather report's not right here. This has a ball scorching out at 11 miles per hour to left center, and it doesn't have rain. It has rain at night. Rain at like 1 a.m. I don't know what. Maybe this has just changed. That's all. This is great. White Sox -1 and over. I like it.
I think that's the look. Even with Lopez, you don't love it, but I think that's the look here in this game for sure.
I like it, and I'm going to use both teams' offense here, which, I wouldn't. If someone wanted to triple up on this game, I wouldn't think that was ludicrous. All right, let's go on to Pirates. Brewers roof closed in Milwaukee because there will be rain. There's Tim Montana, BX, Matthew Januski thinking about Royals money line and over. And Talk Sports with JT said I would take the Royals run line. And reviews with our guy Von Polo making a move on the White Sox run line. I think it's a really nice look. I do. Talk Sports with JT says Royals play good against tough teams. They do. And I expect them to help me get to the over 10 here. Let's go to Derek Holland, Corbin Burns. As soon as I get bullish on fading a bum like Derek Holland, he has this great start just to get me right in the old bottom mouth. That was such a Saturday. It made me so angry. Just glistened my tonsils. 1 run on 4 hits in 5 innings. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. He pitched very well. I don't expect that to continue. This guy is a journeyman bum. 6.17 ERA, 1.41 WHIP. Lucky to have a job. 7 home runs allowed and 23 in a third. Going up against Corbin Burns, 3.42 ERA, 1.18 WHIP. The Pirates don't hit righties. The Brewers hit lefties much harder than they hit righties. And Ron Crawford says White Sox Royals haven't boycotted yet. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. If I make the whatever, I just get the money back. Brewers got swept by the Pirates. They're angry about the Pirates. There's razor sharp picks in the house. Yeah, I saw that one tweet you had a giant score razor. I love seeing that. All right. I just think this is a spot where the Brewers give the Pirates a little bit of their own medicine, but at -200, I don't want it. I mean, I don't. This total opened up at 9.5. Now it's 9. What do you think here, Pirates, Brew Crew?
Yeah, the line's crazy. There's no way I take the Brewers. They're -200 or 195 right now. There's just no way. I'd go with Pirates the way they're playing. If somebody was looking, I'd lean that way with the plus 175. That's the only look I would go in this game. I know Holland's not, but I'm not big on Corbin Burns. He's a reliever that's a semi-starter. His stuff's okay, so it's not like you're going to tell me Corbin Burns should be -200 right now? No way. So.
Yeah, you can't take the Brewers at this price. So.
No.
Look at Corbin Burns, though, 36 Ks and 26 in the third. Noli Note says Holland is a fade. How do you fade him? Because the over 4.5 team total for the Brewers is at -140.
Yeah. It's a total layoff to me. But the value's with the Pirates, I think. What do you think?
I agree, but
yeah,
I don't. There will never. I can't bet on Derek Holland. He's just going to get me right in the old drink hole. Max Arnovitz says, do you like the over? Not really. You have a closed roof. And it's already gone from 9.5 to 9. So the market's telling you under.
Mm-hmm.
Noli knows on Brew Crew first 5 minus a half. I mean, that makes sense to me, but I didn't even look at it. Just I thought that the juice was going to be too much.
I agree.
It's minus 140. Okay. Rye Cape thinking first 5 under. Okay, so I'm going to move on to Indians Cardinals. Tristan McKenzie looked very, very good. We had no idea what he was going to look like for these Indians. Hadn't pitched in a long time, but after coming off TJ surgery, and he looked awesome. Indians 10-5 on the road, 19-12 overall, going up against the 500 Cardinals, who are 7-5 at home. 82 Fahrenheit, humid, 4 miles per hour in is the weather. McKenzie versus Ponce de Leon. McKenzie and the Indians open up at minus 135. That's where they stand now. This total is sitting at 9. Juice to the under. Yeah, Matt Baker, no NBA today. No NBA. Wow, Noli Knows got minus 125. Okay, great job, Noli. Great work. I would take it at minus 125. Tristan McKenzie versus Ponce de Leon. We know De Leon is susceptible. I'm surprised he's still getting an opportunity every 5 days. Indians versus righties, 224, 696 OPS. That number is actually rising. Cardinals versus righties, 244, 722 OPS. And both teams are pitching lights out. Both bullpens are strong. Through 22 games, Cardinals have an opponent's batting average of 184. That's the lowest in the majors. Indians ERA as a team is 2.86. The Indians bullpen's at 2.57 with a 1 whip. And in his last start, Ponce de Leon looked bad. Walked 4 batters, allowed 2 runs, 3 hits, 4 2/3 against the Reds team that wasn't hitting. And then Tristan McKenzie struck out 10, 2 hits, 6 innings. Now they have tape on him. That's the only thing. Toro Capitals is taking Indians all day. CMAC, Indians, Cardinals.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go first 5 under here at 4.5 at plus 105. That'd be my look. The Cardinals just lost. They got swept that doubleheader by the Pirates. The only thing is De Leon could get touched. It's 4.5, but it's at plus 105. That'd be my look in this game. McKenzie looked great, and it's
you
tough.
You have over 4.5 at plus 105.
Under 4.5.
Under 4.5.
Sorry,
okay.
Did I say over?
No, sorry, my fault. I was just thinking of Ponce getting touched. That was my fault. Under 4.5 at plus 105. Okay, sorry, keep rolling.
Yeah, that I'm just kind of looking at that as because of the price. Cleveland seems to not score, and then when they do, lately it's been like a 3-run bomb, or Ramirez hits a 3-run homer or something like that. So it's kind of it's a tough one to take here, but I'm really to roll with it. I like it. St. Louis hasn't been hitting a lick, and maybe they're due, but I'll take this young kid McKenzie, and that the Cardinals bats have been sleepy. They haven't done anything.
No, they haven't done anything. Sabino's asking, would you take Brewers run line at even money? And no, but I don't think it's a bad bet necessarily. It's just they're too big of a favorite. They shouldn't be that big of favorites. They're just not that good of a ball club. I think the Indians would be the look. I don't have a 4.5 in my book. I have 5 for that first 5, and the under 5 is at minus 125. First 5, under 5, minus 125. But I think that the Indians can get the Ponce. And then this bullpen for the Indians is lights out. I wonder if I should this would be a double up spot. I just think the Indians are a good ball club. Brad Hansen loving the Indians under 9.
The 9, the full game. That's a good look too.
And we've got looks from Gas Station Sushi here. Take notes. Gas Station, Gulfstream Park Race 3 and Arlington Park Race 7. Top 2 picks of the day for Gas Station Sushi. Yeah, and Chris Smith saying take Cleveland, Jimmy. It just feels like McKenzie is Going to keep rolling. What do you think? There's Ray Kimbrell joining us. Great to see you, Ray. Do you think that now that they've seen some tape on McKenzie, you'll have a tougher start?
Yes, I think he will. But he's got great stuff, and it's tough. It's only his second start, though. Sometimes these guys they got tape on them now, but they can go usually a few starts before they start catching up to him. Do you know what I mean? It takes them, multiple, fourth, fifth. They really get tape on him and really see him before they can done. But he looked great in his first start. The full game looks good too. So I don't know if I want to take that first 5 or full game, but I'm definitely going to get on one of them, I think. I just like the plus money at the first 5. That plus 105. It was just good value for me.
We got Boston Nick joining us, a.k.a. Mr. Fatfist, a.k.a. the Lock Nick Monster. Indians, Cardinals, I want to back these Indians. I think Ponce de Leon is a bum.
Yeah, he is a bum. -1 would be pretty good.
Yeah, and the first 5 -0.5. Is this an Indians double up? Travel day. That will help you under the travel day.
Yeah, the Cards just played that doubleheader travel day.
Yeah.
Talked about the Dodgers earlier.
All right, I'm going to back the Indians here. First 5 -0.5, -1 with Tristan McKenzie. All right, let's move on to Padres, Rockies. Zach Davies up against Kyle Freeland. Tony Manx, it seems like we're picking on the Cards because of yesterday. D. Summers, no. We have not, no taint at this point. No taint. But what a heartbreak the taint went through yesterday. Oh, man. C-Mac, did you see what the taint went through yesterday?
No.
Oh, jeez. Under 6.5 in game 1 of Pirates-Cardinals. And it's 1-1 going into the 8th extra inning. And as you can imagine, what happened next.
Yeah.
It was a 4-3 win for the Pirates. 5 runs in the 8th inning. It was just
those ones hurt.
Oh, it was awful. Okay. Padres, Rocky, 75 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 10 miles per hour, out to straightaway center. Davies, Freeland, both pitchers have been great this year. There's Art Hayes ready to roll. Padres versus lefties, 245, 770 OPS. This Padres story just continues. They're batting spectacular and their pitching is not good, but Davies has been the one guy that's Dinelson Lamet's been so good, but 3.03 ERA, 0.84 WHIP. This guy's a gamer. Freeland's been great this year. Absolutely great this year. And the Padres coming off more magic yesterday. Davis, 0.84 WHIP. Opponent's batting 183 against him. Comes off of shutting down the Astros. Freeland's got at least 6 innings, all 6 of his starts this year. Nice numbers against the Padres, but we should probably put a line through that. Padres, Rockies. Let's see what we're dealing from a market perspective. Padres open up at -125. They still are there. This total opened up at 12.5. It's now at 12. Padres, Rockies. C-Mac, what are you thinking?
I'm leaning a little bit first 5 under at 6.5. I know we've been on that. Noli's been on it. I have been. It's won a lot. Davies has pitched great. The one time he got touched up was at Coors Field last month. He got rocked. So that'd be my lean. And I like Kyle Freeland's pitched well. 2.87 ERA. Strikeouts have been good. As a lefty, he's been solid. But that's not the guy he's been in the past, He's a guy that used to get touched up in years past easily. So I got to lean on that first 5 at under at 6.5. And that's about it.
Davies wasn't so bad in that start against the Rockies. 3 runs, 4 hits over 5 innings.
Yeah, that was only kind of his only blip.
Yeah.
He's been pretty dominant.
Noli Nose is on that first 5 under 6.5. The Rockies. The Padres. No NHL tonight, Nick. No, they're off tonight. They're coming back tomorrow for a big Saturday card. These Padres also have a doubleheader. They got to be exhausted. Then they go into Mile High. I think this look makes sense. Let me see what I'd be offered here. So you pick them under 6.5. Yeah. 10 miles per hour out to straightaway center. But it's not hot in Colorado today.
What is it right now? Do you have it? The weather?
71.
Oh.
It's not hot, so it's not way less humidity. Yeah, I like it. I'm with you, Noli. I'm with you, C-Mac. Okay, let's go. First 5. Under 6.5.
I don't see I don't see a side here. Like the Rockies, which I had a bad run with, they won the other night 8-7. I took them with that plus money, but they're not right here. They're even money. I would want more to even take a look at that. I'd want them at plus 30, even maybe play that. So sides, no, just the first 5 under would be the look.
Wow, interesting. Look at Shane saying, though. He says, I live in Denver. It's hot right now from the wildfires. I didn't. Interesting. Wow. Okay. I didn't. Thank you for the heads up there. I didn't know that. Shane. 4 wildfires in the mountains right now. Huh. Okay. I think I'm going to stick with it at this point. Let's move to A's, Astros. I expect the roof to be closed. I don't know if anybody has more information on that. Chris Bassett versus Lance McCullers. Bassett 2-1, 2.97 ERA, 1.08 WHIP. McCullers 2-2, 5.74 ERA, 1.31 WHIP. A's versus righties 224, 737 OPS. Astros versus righties 228, 694 OPS. A's bullpen spectacular. Astros bullpen weak. And the A's 6 wins in their last 8 games, 4.5 game lead over Houston. And we saw the emotion in the last series these two teams played against each other. Expecting Matt Chapman back in the lineup. Astros have lost 4 of their last 6, but they could change that in a hurry here if they have a good series. They've allowed 12 or more runs in 2 of the past 5 games. Altuve batting .206. And McCullers, last start, lost to the Padres, 4 runs, 7 hits over 5. 4-2, 4.40 ERA in 8 career starts against the A's. Simeon 7 for 16 against them. Biscotti and Chapman 3 for 7 and 3 for 8. And the Astros are hoping to have Springer back in the lineup, and they need him. Houston opening up at -125 is where they are right now. This total opened up at 9.5 and it's gone down to 9. And Ty Clinton says the roof is always closed in Houston. Take it away, C-Mac, A's, Houston.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? I'm froze.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we got you. We got you here. You're good.
Okay. Can you see me?
Yeah, we see you. You're good, man. You can just roll as if everything's good.
Okay. I'm on the A's here right now at plus 107. I like it. McCullers, I don't trust him. Bassett pitched well his last game out. I think the A's made 2 or 3 errors. So he allowed 4, but only 2 were earned. I trust him right now a lot better than McCullers. He's a guy that I just don't trust. I just don't like. He's just so up and down. He's just not a guy that consistently I'd like to back ever. Yeah,
you can wait on him if you get into the right count because he's going to throw the curveball. 45% of the time.
Yeah.
I can understand this. You need Chapman back in the lineup. Lamont Williams also on the A's money line. And MMA Lockroom says, I trust the Astros. They know how to cheat good. This is a huge, huge series for the Astros to get back into it. That's the only thing that concerns me a little bit. But a plus line on the A's, I completely understand why you'd want it. Chris Smith going Oakland first 5. Chris, there's such a bullpen disparity with these two teams. I would think that you get more value full game than you would first five, personally. I get why you're making this move.
I agree there. Yeah.
I get why you're making this move. Plus money here?
Yeah. I'm taking the A's. Right now I got a plus 107.
We got Champino in the house joining us. Lamont Williams says, love A's money line. Magus says, Bassett overrated. The Astros aren't hitting righties at all. 228, 694 OPS. Jojo Rich says, under 5, a no-brainer. I don't trust McCullers.
I don't trust him either. Sometimes he's got great stuff, and other times he just can get ripped. I don't trust him for an under. I mean, he could pitch well. He pitched 7 scoreless August 10th against the Giants. Looked real good, but it seems like he'll go back to his way, kind of a bad outing where he might get hit around a little bit. So I'm big on the A's, and I'm big lately when they get plus money, especially they're on the road, but I'll take that all day.
I get it. I just think this is such a big series for Houston.
It is.
That's the only thing that's giving me pause. Magus says McCullers is unhittable or awful. And yeah, Nye, you had 5-team parlays, all games postponed. Yeah, you get your money back. No worries there. Noli says McCullers gets ground balls. I like your look. I think this is a bit of I think it's just a little too close to a coin flip. If it is a coin flip, it's best to be on the plus money side, which you are. The real DJX says Astros have too many injuries. What I expect to happen is Springer to come back for this huge series. And Noli knows says McCullers 4th in ground ball outs.
That's a good point.
Andrew Stirrup in the house. We got Robert Cherry joining us. Talk Sports with JT's also on the A's money line. There's just too much. There's going to be I'm going to watch. There's going to be a lot of emotion in this game. Okay. Let's go to Giants and Diamondbacks. We have 2 games left on this card, and then we will review and maybe take a peek at tomorrow's action in NHL. A's, Astros. We have C-Mac making the move on the A's. Let's go to Giants, Diamondbacks. Tyler Anderson coming off his first ever complete game, and it made me happy to see it. Allowed an unearned run on 3 hits. This guy, he came up in the Blue Jays system. His first-round pick. He couldn't get right in Colorado for years, and anybody could have had him for nothing. And I really like that he's it's nice to see the character in the man. Going up against Zach Allen, who is about to, break? He can set the major league record if he goes 3 or fewer. He's done that in his first 22 major league starts. It's unbelievable. In 8 career home starts at Chase Field, Gallen 2-1, 2.27 ERA, 187 batting average, 56 Ks and 47 2/3. Arizona 7-1 in those games. And here you have Tyler Anderson coming off this complete game performance. And Lamont saying, don't leave money on the table. I'm still thinking on it, Lamont. So San Francisco swept the Diamondbacks last weekend, so you got to think the Diamondbacks are angry. Mm-hmm. And Noli No says Marlins gave up Gallen for the shortstop, hitting 237 in the minors. But still, Jeter expects that. I forget the kid's name right now, but expects that shortstop to be their shortstop for the next 10 years. But I know he's having a rough season in the minors. Or he's not even in them. I don't even know what he's doing. Is he on the taxi squad? I don't even know what he's doing now. Yeah. Right? Because there is no minors. So Anderson coming off this spectacular start, does that make him susceptible? This Giants team is hitting. Brandon Belt, 529 over his last 11 games. And the Diamondbacks opened up at minus 180. It's where they are now. This total opened up at 9. There are 8.5s on the board. C-Mac, what do you think, Giants, D-backs?
Oof, this one's tough. Gallen's been great. It's just that streak's gotta break. I don't know if it happens today. The D-backs have been so bad. Those 3 losses, the Giants and San Francisco, were just horrible. They can't hit. It's just been very bad. I don't like anything here in this one. The Giants, I guess the Giants at plus 155, but I'm not a big Anderson fan or backer. You know, he's 1-1 this year, the 3.45, 1-2-1 whip. It's a pass for me in this one, I think. And I don't see anything, maybe a lean on the over. I know Gallen, the whole 2 innings is all his starts, but D-backs got to hit at some point. And it hasn't happened much lately. They did score 7 the other day when they lost 8-7. But they got to get on track because they're a team people were talking about, and they're not very good right now. You know?
Robert Terry says
I'm off.
First 5. I guess is that a team? That must be a team total. Let me just go to the first 5s here. Yeah, it's 5. The full game's 8.5, and the first 5 is 5. Yeah, I could understand staying off this. I mean, if you're fading the Giants every game, you're way down. And you want the Diamondbacks at minus 160 when they can't win a game?
Yeah, I don't want that when they can't win a game.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But I like Gallen. He's a good pitcher. He's a good young pitcher. Yeah. I think he's got good stuff. They can't win a game for him. You know, every time he's out, they can't score some runs for him, and so just a layoff for me.
Mark Rosado joining us. Buzznuts making a move on the Giants team total over 4 at plus 117, getting a nice number there. All right, let's move on to Mariners, Angels, Marjeficus up against Andrew Heaney. Mariners 13-20 against the Angels that are 10-22. Can you believe that? 5-9 at home. Andrew Heaney, 1-2, 5.52 ERA, 1.36 WHIP. Where will he be pitching next year? Maybe for the Unicorns. Mariners versus righties, 248, 726 OPS. Angels versus lefties, 194, 617 OPS. Wow. Mariners bullpen's been trashed, but their offense been better than expected. Their bullpen, 5.98 ERA, 1.49 WHIP. Angels bullpen, 4.52 ERA, 1.32 WHIP. Look at the problems with the Angels. I mean, they thought Upton was going to be this big piece. He's 7 for 71. Batting 0.99. Forget the Mendoza line. We got to come up with a new line for Justin Upton. And then Adele, this kid we thought was, and still could be a superstar. He is called up, and he's hitting 186 with no homers and 1 ribby. Heaney's looked bad. He earned his only victory of the year against the Mariners on a nice start, 1 run, 3 hits, 5 2/3. But since then, he's been terrible. And Marjeficus looked okay in his most recent start. Let's see what we're talking about market-wise. Angels opened up at minus 200. I mean, that's just ludicrous. And the total's at 9. It's ludicrous. And the more I said that about the Canucks Knights, I ended up betting on the Canucks, and Conor Mac rode with me. But Conor Mac wasn't – he was going to make it on his own. Conor was on the Canucks for this series. I don't think you didn't make a series bet on the Canucks, but you're just going to take them throughout? Is that right?
Yeah. I didn't make a series bet. I didn't actually know.
Mariners and Angels here. Are you making a move?
I am. I'm leaning the over here at 9. I don't know. I'm leaning that, but I'm taking the Mariners at this price. I've been taking them a bit lately. They've been playing a lot better ball. And you telling me Andrew Heaney should minus 190? No way. I'll take the shot. All the value I believe is on the Mariners here. At plus 170. I know they played a doubleheader yesterday, but they're just going up the road from San Diego to Orange County. I think they've been hitting the ball lately. They've been swinging some sticks, so I think that's great value. Andrew Heaney, minus 190. Wow. No way. I think that's the dog here. Maybe the dog of the day.
I agree, but why not make it a 5-inning game? Because the Angels bullpen is improving.
Yeah.
And we just saw the Mariners bullpen not only blow up, but just roll into a doubleheader.
Very true. I actually think that would be better. You're right. Their bullpen is poof. pretty bad.
That's
why I like that. I lean that over a little bit as well, just at 9. What do you think about that?
It makes sense. It makes sense. And the Mariners are a young ball club. The over does make sense. It really does. Buzznuts.
I like that, Jimmy. I like that. I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna do first 5. I think that's a better play with that bullpen. And I've seen it multiple games. Oof, it can be rough to watch. Those guys out of the pen.
I don't know why I don't have the weather up in this game.
160? Is that what you have?
I have plus 165, I thought. No, plus 160. Plus 160.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, I like it. By the way, our gas station sushi max betting the Atlanta Braves. Yeah, we got nice hitting weather. I mean, it's not hot. You want it to be a little hotter at Angel Stadium, but the wind is nice. There's Raj Desai. Great to see you, Raj. We've missed you, man. Yeah, I like it. I'm going to take the first 5 on the Mariners and the over 9. All right. We've got action, baby. We've got action. Let's take a look and do a quick review of our MLB action. C-Mac, take it away. What's on your card today?
Okay, I got in Nats Red Sox over 9.5 at even money. Taking a little chance here in the Cleveland St. Louis under 4.5 at plus 105. I also got the A's I have right now plus 107. Rockies under 6.5 minus 110, and then I'm on that first 5 Mariners plus 160, and I'm gonna go with the over there, that 9. I'll take it at minus 120. I'll see if I can get it cheaper, maybe 115, but I think that's probably what it'll be. But those are my looks.
I like it. Good looking card. My card consists of skipping the first 2 games of the doubleheader. Did we ever get a line on Baltimore, Toronto? Still no line. So I guess they're waiting to see if it is Cobb or not. I'm on the Philadelphia Phillies first 5 minus a half. Now, gas station betting the Braves full game max bet, which makes me concerned, but we can both win. Then, then off of those, then I'm on the first 5 under 5 in Dodgers Rangers. I think that's a sneaky play. I like it. I like it a lot.
I'm on that. Sorry, did I miss that?
I'm not sure.
I'm on that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Then I'm on the White Sox minus 1 and the over.
All right.
In Royals White Sox.
Okay.
And then then I'm on the Indians double up against Ponce de Leon. First 5 minus a half and full game minus 1. I'm on Padres Rockies first 5 under 6.5.
Okay.
And then I close up my shop with Mariners first 5 and the over 9. That is my action. Nice work, Conor Mac, my man. And then we have NHL tomorrow. We're not sure when NBA is going to be back, but we have NHL tomorrow. So we have Flyers, Islanders, and Golden Knights, Canucks. I can tell you first off that my angle on the Islanders is gone. It's gone. And that angle made so much sense to me. They were playing on back-to-backs. Varlamov had been pulled. It made enormous sense to me. I'm not betting it anymore. That was an edge that the Islanders had that they don't have anymore. That's my thought process on Flyers, Islanders. I don't know anymore. And then Golden Knights are at minus 200. And I really like the Canucks after a win. And now the Golden Knights understand what they're up against. I still think that line is ludicrous.
Yep.
And you could bet the Canucks every game in this series to make money, but I already just cashed on the plus 185. I cashed $370.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very hesitant to go back to the well in Game 3. Although Jin Rummy says you bet the right number. You bet numbers, and that plus 170 is really nice to me.
Mm-hmm.
But the Knights have woke up. What do you think about these two spots in tomorrow's card? Because we won't have you on the show tomorrow, C-Mac.
Yeah, I don't know if I might go with the over 6 in the Canucks game. But the more I talk of that, I like the Canucks because if they're going to win a game, they got to score goals. I mean, they could lose to the Knights. Knights could win 5-3. You know what I mean? I still might do something small with them tomorrow. Maybe that in the over. Maybe like a little parlay. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. And the Islanders as well. They're minus 115 right now. I was all over them yesterday. I'm still leaning that way. And I'm leaning that way. I'm going to have to think about it. I agree with what you were kind of saying.
I'm off of it. You're
off it. Yeah, I thought the time yesterday was great. It was then. And, yeah.
I'm off of it.
Stoppage, it's just Flyers regroup. It's just one that I think I'm going to have to stay off. I'd still lean Islanders, but it's just not something that I like. I'm going to have to probably stay off.
MMA Locker Room giving you love for your Clemente picture in the background, giving you some love.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Nice looking. The Big Ragu says take the Canucks on the Series Plus. Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike that. I just think that you can bet them every game as well. Gas Station Susie says Canucks bread and butter is their power play. Problem is that Knights are one of the least penalized teams in the NHL. What do you think? Well, I think what happens to a team that is really good with not getting penalized is they haven't played games where there's a ton of emotion, and the Canucks hate the Knights.
Yeah,
they hate them. They absolutely hate them. The Knights have beaten up on them since their existence in the NHL, and they were laughing and taunting them during that 5-0 game. The Canucks despise the Knights, and now the Knights are starting to dislike the Canucks. But the more passion elevates more thoughtless aggression, but it's a very, very important point that you're making, Gas. And the Knights have to stay out of the penalty box, and DeBoer has got to be talking about it throughout. But I don't like what DeBoer has done with the goaltending situation. Yeah. I think it's like a tyrant asshole move, and
yeah.
Dennis Garcia said, I said yesterday Vegas in 5 at plus 225. I tell you what, if Vegas wins Game 3, I'll be back on the Canucks in Game 4.
I agree.
And I don't also like everybody's so bullish on these overs. Now, I was wrong about Game 2. When the Canucks got that lead, I also thought, I'm like, what game is Markstrom going to stand on his head and dominate? I do not think Von Polo. I'll take a look and see when the Stanley Cup Finals is. I'll tell you. Paco Healy said that's why the Knights don't get penalized because they don't play emotionally; they just grind. Yes, I hear that. Andy McKinnon says I will 100% be looking for yet another in-game over on this next game. Dennis Garcia said Vegas was a better team in Game 2 after that horrific start. There was times when Vegas was the better team. I don't disagree with that at all, Dennis.
Andy McKinnon love the Canucks right now, though, Jimmy. They got Toffoli back. Mott's been playing. Pedersen. Hughes is just a little gnat around there.
He's so
flying
good.
Around. I just like how they're playing right now. They're probably a year or two away. But I just think that the value we were talking about it's crazy. The Knights should be minus 140, 150.
I agree. I don't even think the Knights should be minus 160 at a neutral site.
Uh-huh.
So this is just – these odds are just ludicrous. And the more I talk about it, the more I want – to bet on the Canucks, and I don't need to force that. T. Anderson saying Vegas going to the finals. I think that the Avalanche are going to come back and beat the Dallas Stars, and I think the Avalanche are going to beat the winner of this series.
I agree.
Andrew McKinnon says, gotta love how Vancouver really stayed out of the physicality game and just stuck to their game. They're super fast, deep constant shots on goal. Can't be picky, can't be cute. They have to fire. I like that a lot. Dennis Garcia says, Vegas will win game 3. I'm betting they win game 4. If they're up 3-1, I expect Vancouver to have no resistance in game 5. Oh, Dennis just cuts. He cuts so sharp and he cuts so deep. Gas Station says the Vegas books offer giant value on the Canucks. Dennis Garcia says, please put Flower back in net. I think this is an issue that didn't have to be. And you didn't have to play it out like this. The board didn't have to play it out like this. Von Polo going to Vegas on October 4th. Man, I would like to meet you there, Von Polo. It's my birthday. Wow. Okay, so we're going to break down these games again tomorrow, but I'm telling you right now, there's a giant wasp, a killer hornet. A Japanese hornet is flying in my apartment. I truly think that these odds are just ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous. And the Knights aren't that good of a hockey team. Their defense is not very good. Their goaltending is not very good. And they're getting bet like they're the best team in the NHL. Or the market is placing them like they're the best team in the NHL. And everything I said about the Islanders winning, that's completely gone. That storyline's completely gone, and I'm not going to bet the Islanders tomorrow under no circumstances. And that doesn't mean I'm going to go to the Flyers because I've learned my lesson fading the Islanders. So
okay.
That's so if that means tomorrow I have no NHL action, and tomorrow I have no NHL action. What a treat it is to roll with you, C-Mac. So, C-Mac, you're going to another article for next week's FedEx Championships?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Of course. Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens this weekend. It gets down to, it'll be just the final 30 at the Tour Championship. So, kind of be a weird, normally I guess you're going to field of 150 or so, So, but it'll be fun. Top 30 guys. Go for it. 15 million. So, well, yeah, definitely.
Good luck on the tournament. I'll be following everything that you're doing on Twitter. So good luck with everything. Can you let everybody know in the chat where they can find you on Twitter?
Yeah, at Conor Mac Picks. Check me out.
And I'll pop that here into the chat at Conor Mac Picks. I got it right here. There you go. There you go. All right. Pop that in. Beautiful. All right. Good luck, everybody. Enjoy Jackie Robinson Day. And we will be back tomorrow for a big show at 10 a.m. Eastern. And remember, we are 8 days away from Razor Sharp Pick's birthday, a.k.a. the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
And we've got nothing without all these great cappers in the chat. Viper NB, North Ender, Raj Desai, Birdie. Birdie, we have a plan for NFL. That's tomorrow. We have our NFL expert coming in, Rob Bebenek. So we're going to be doing NFL tomorrow. We're going to do everything tomorrow, but we're also going to make time for NFL. Andrew McKinnon says, great stuff, boys. Recovering from surgery. Enjoyed some sports talk. Andrew McKinnon, recover quickly. Know that you're loved, my man. Hope all's good. T. Henderson, Brian Warner, Beach Boss, Tim Montana, Mark Unkefer, Raj, Viper, Spenny Penny Bombs. What a great group. Jojo Rich, Gin Rummy, Slats 45, Von Polo, Gio Mercedes. Let's have ourselves a day today. C-Mac, any last words for these great cappers?
No, let's have fun. I know we just have baseball today, but hey, we at least got one. We got one sport rolling. We got a bunch of games. So,
and
everyone in the chat, as always.
Would you do the honors of Lecceing us out of here?
Oh yeah, sure. Alrighty, here we go. Lecce and los bookmakers. Bye, boys.